to welcome our second guest on the show today. I have Christian Viera with Christian Viera Photography. Thanks so much for being on my show today.
Thank you.
If any of our viewers don't know, this is the president of the Chamber's husband, and their kids will be on the show later on. So thanks so much for being a part of the show today. I'm excited that you're here.
Thank you.
You're going to teach me a lot, but first I want to learn a little bit about you and your business. So tell the viewers how you got started and why you started this business.
Well, generally, the way it really started was I'm originally from New York City, and I was an art major my whole life. And I didn't really touch a camera until I was in the Navy. And I was an aerial photographer for about 8 years.
Wow.
And when I was in flying, I was doing events and studio and everything like that. And then once I got out in 2000, and we moved to Columbia, South Carolina. And that's when I started really getting into it and doing stuff with the chambers and magazines and historical stuff in Camden and everything like that. And then we moved here and started working for ATMC for a little while. But I also kept the photography going. And photography, actually, I've been doing this with my business for about 2 years now, since 2014. That's when I reestablished it and everything like that. And so I do a lot of services like real estate photography, portraits, weddings, everything with the weddings, with bridals, engagements, so on and so forth. Let's see what else. Sports photography, do a lot of that here recently.
And we're going to show a little bit about that later on. We're going to talk a little bit more about that.
High School right now.
But I do want to point out that this is not your full-time job. You have one full-time job, and you're doing this on the side. So, I mean, it takes a lot of time to edit those photos and to go out and spend your full day with sports or a wedding and things like that. So it is not an easy job.
No, it's not. I mean, yeah, I'm doing website things during the day, and then in the afternoon I'm doing photography, and I don't go to bed at about 2 o'clock in the morning after editing photos and stuff, doing stuff for magazines, doing stuff for the Beacon, and then my own personal stuff.
And we're going to show some of those photos of those different services throughout the show. But also, and you mentioned the services you can offer. But so how do you prepare? So let's say it's a wedding shoot or a sports game. How do you prepare for those shoots?
A lot of it is research. I'm all about interviewing and meeting with the client
beforehand
and everything. So I'd call them up, find out what they need from me and everything, and then do the research, get all the information, visit the sites if I have to. Just so I know what kind of lighting I need and what kind of equipment I would need and everything like that, and then just go from there.
And I know you've done some chamber events, and the lighting has been hard to deal with. So what happens when it's a dark room or it's raining or something like that outside? What do you do as a photographer?
As a photographer, a lot of it is just playing with the lighting on the camera.
So is that something you do on your camera or when you edit?
No, I do it on my camera first. I try not to use Photoshop as much as possible. If I have to, then I'll use it, and I shoot a lot of my photography in RAW, which gives me the ability to shoot it at the right settings, and I can adjust the lightings here and there and everything like that. Compared to a JPEG, whatever you shoot with a JPEG, that's what you're stuck with. You can't really adjust the shades and stuff like that. So that's what I do.
I think we're going to jump right into it. You're going to teach me some of the techniques today. I think most people use their iPhone today and think it's just super easy to take pictures. Well, there's a difference with having your professional photos and on an iPhone or an iPad and things like that. So we're going to use your sons, they're twins. We're going to use them and show how they hit a baseball, and we're going to also do some soccer. And so you're going to show me with the action shots, which I'm sure are very hard. How do you capture those moments for the parents and for the schools and things like that? And I know the camera is very heavy, so you're also going to show that.
Yes.
So we're going to get down and dirty, and you're going to show me some of the cool stuff with the camera. So we'll be right back. Well, you're going to show me a little bit about how to work the camera and what to look for. But the biggest thing is these athletes are constantly moving. They're constantly hitting that ball really fast. They're shooting a basketball, they're kicking a ball, whatever it may be, they're constantly moving. So you have to be on the ball. So we're going to use, I believe we're going to use Aiden first, and he is going to act like he is, he's got to get in your stance. And I want you to show me like arms and legs. What are you looking for when you're taking that picture?
Well, it's pretty cool from what I've had, my experience with baseball, and actually soccer here lately also. The players tend to do a lot of facial expressions, and also actions with their feet or how they grip the bat. So what I do is I focus on the player, normally chest length, right there in the center, so I got a sharp focus there, also with their face
Okay.
and their equipment, but also to be able to get that ball. So a lot of it is, let's say in baseball, when they get ready into position, go ahead and get into position, and like you're going to get ready to swing the bat. And don't hit Miss Megan, okay?
Don't hit me.
All right, so act like you're going to get ready to swing, okay? Normally, the way I know they're going to get ready to swing the ball is they'll take the bat, and from the start position, they extend it back here.
Okay.
That's the trigger right there. That's when I know they're getting ready to swing that bat. Another way is their eyes. Their eyes, they're focused on that ball, waiting for that ball to arrive. But as soon as that ball gets anywhere to about right here, their eyes open up so wide. And that's when I know right then and there to focus and shoot. And a lot of my technique is, all my shots, I want the ball to be in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, you want it to be in focus. I had one really great shot with a kid where he actually swung the ball. He swung at the ball, and you can actually see the compression of the ball on the bat. And he ended up hitting a home run.
Wow.
And those pictures like that, the parents love that.
Oh,
they
yeah.
eat it up.
I'm sure they appreciate it.
Everything
Yeah.
and stuff. So that's what I focus on. Another thing also is they move their foot.
They lift it up.
They'll lift it up. Go
So
ahead.
Aiden,
stand
show
up.
us that.
Go ahead and go ahead and try to swing at the bat. Watch out, Miss Megan. I don't want you getting hit. Go ahead and get ready in the position.
Get over here.
And act like you're gonna and go ahead and swing it. Yeah.
Good job.
Okay.
So when they lift that foot, you know.
So there's 3 triggers.
Hold on just a second, Max. You can try in a minute.
There's 3 triggers: the foot, the eyes, the arms.
And it all depends on what sport you're taking pictures.
Yes.
I'm sure basketball is very different. I'm sure soccer is very different as well.
Another thing also is the tongue. They stick out that tongue, they are ready to pop that ball.
Yeah,
They're
I know.
ready
I used to
kick
do that.
Goal.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what I focus on.
Right.
And my camera is always set on speed mode. My camera, I use a Canon here with my 70-200 lens, and so I always got it on continuous mode. I'm not a single shooter. I get a little trigger happy, but I also develop these photos where I can get them in that position, and when they're here, and then when they're crushing the ball,
Right.
so I can create composites.
You've made some really good posters for some of the families at West Brunswick, I know, and I know they really appreciate that. And we'll show some of those on TV as well. But, I mean, you have really caught some great shots and some great memories for those kids, so I know they are so excited.
And see, the thing also is, I'm not just a normal sports photographer. I out here and I'm playing with the parents and joking with them and stuff like that.
Right.
Getting comfortable with them, building that relationship.
Absolutely.
And it has helped since I've been here, where the parents can actually call me and say, "Oh, you were great." They always want me to come out and can I get this photo and stuff like that. It's all about building that bond. I'm just not going to come out here, shoot, and walk away.
Right. Well, that's
and everything
awesome.
like that. And
Well, I want to learn how to take a picture. So you teach me how. Let's get Aiden. Come here for a second. I want you to stand right here like you're hitting that ball.
Can I hit it?
Not yet. I want you to stand like that.
Okay. So basically, I'm gonna hand you the camera. Okay. It's pretty heavy.
And it's heavy. It is very heavy. And what kind of camera is this?
It's a Canon 70D.
Okay. It's pretty heavy. I can't imagine holding this for hours and hours at a time.
A lot of photographers use monopods, but me, every time I use a monopod, I'm always banging up my knee.
Yeah.
And especially with speed sports like soccer and everything like that, I want to be able to shift around.
Right.
And a lot of times, with Little League and T-ball, I have to be lower to the ground because I want to capture that eye.
Right.
And then as I go higher into the levels, like high school, then I can stand up most of the time. But it's all about changing angles.
Okay. Okay, so what would I do if I was going to take a picture of them hitting the ball right here?
Well, I use the center focus on there. And what I do is I just focus on probably the top of that's this right here. This is where the ball was standing.
Okay.
Okay, focus on that. But like I said, don't hit the ball. I would focus also, come here, stand right here. I would focus on the mid-dress right here and try to get that plane, get that.
Now it's really, really close up right now. So how would I zoom out?
Zoom out?
Yes. It's very complicated.
Okay, right now you're at 135, so
Uh-huh.
you're going to switch it over to 70 right there.
Okay. Yes, that's much better. Okay. So Aiden, act like you're gonna hit. Okay, so do your arm like your dad talked about when you were ready.
See?
It's still really zoomed in, but yeah, that's.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine doing that when they're in action.
No.
It's pretty tough.
So.
Well, it is a lot to think about. This camera is very heavy, but we appreciate all that you do at the games. I know the parents and the players are loving it. So I really appreciate you being on the show today. If somebody is interested in contacting you, what is your website and your telephone number?
My website is www.christianvieraphotography.com. I am also on Facebook.
Okay.
And on my Facebook page, I have certain events that I shoot. But,
So if somebody wanted to get in contact with you, how would they contact you? They can go on their website and look at your photos, but if they wanted to call you and actually book a shoot, how could they get in touch with you?
They can contact me at, my phone number is 803-609-8190.
Okay.
And they can email me at christian@christianvieraphotography.com.
Okay.
Or cvieraPhoto@gmail.com.
Okay. Okay. Well, we really appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Thank you.